Hello.
Did you check your mainframe this morning, John?
I do that in private. Good morning. I hope that we've succeeded after the first, well, I guess if you include the tutorials, this would be the third day. Our goal here is to fill your brain. And I hope that you feel tired. You may feel hungover. Coffee is there for you, and water. But you should prepare for the rest of the day.
One of the speakers said that yesterday. Colt said, I had to stop a guy in the hallway. I said, you can't talk to me anymore. My brain is full. If you tell me anything more that I need to remember, I'm going to have to purge something important. But that's the way it is, right? Yeah. And it
Cache
goes all
and
day
validation.
long. So it was an exciting day yesterday. One thing that I love hearing about at Velocity and love sharing are new announcements. So we had some new announcements. I'd like to highlight those. Some actually came out last week. There's this website, speedcurve.com, which is a commercial version of performance monitoring based on web page test, which I think is, of course, web page test is awesome, but like if you want private data, have it locked down, share it with ACLs, things like that, we're going to need a commercial version of that kind of functionality. So check that out, speedcurve.com, early beta, but the guy's a designer, Mark Zeman, and it looks good. HTTP Watch, a packet sniffer I love, came out with an iOS app where you can capture HAR files. It's based on UI WebView, but if you look at the blog post from Guy Poe, who's here speaking, UI WebView is pretty close to mobile Safari. So I think the HAR files are good, and I love having that with me if I'm not at my desk where I can dock or do a Wi-Fi hotspot. I like having it with me, like when I'm driving down the highway. I can capture HAR files.
Awesome.
Now, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yesterday, Vic announced that Real User Perspective, their RUM solution, is now out of beta and available. And speaking of RUM, SOSTA Impulse announced something called Impulse Lite, which is free. So check that out if you want to. And SOSTA will come up again in a minute, I know, because I saw the slides this morning. John showed me. What else?
Maybe it's old news because it was a couple of weeks ago, which might as well be 10 years ago. But I did want to say congratulations to Fastly. They just raised a round of funding, and this was a company like we were talking about yesterday that just simply didn't exist when we first started Velocity.
$10 million bucks.
What's $10 million?
Yeah.
Do you know how many SSDs that can buy?
So look for Artur and give him a hug.
Yeah, any of the Fastly folks.
And Instart Logic, they're actually, they just announced, and they're actually an exhibitor here too. It's a framework for accelerating websites, so go check it out. They've got a booth. And I'm sorry if I missed any others, tweet me, and I'll retweet those.
Yes.
What else?
We should go over the survey.
Oh, yeah, we promised people that. Okay, let's do that.
All right. So we said yesterday that
Thanks to everyone. I think it was like 6 people that filled out the survey.
Well, so 4.
Again, he's the math guy.
So I promised you all charts and graphs. I'm going to totally fail on that. By the time I looked at all of the results, there's no way that we were going to get through this. So I'm just going to highlight, but I'll tweet a link out to all of the detailed results, which in some ways is very hilarious. So the favorite web performance book, by a very high margin, high performance websites. That's by Steve Souders.
I don't think I should say anything about this slide.
The favorite ops-related book, actually, as it turns out, was a tie between Web Operations and Mike Nygaard's Release It. Nygaard's is better, sorry. Favorite performance analysis tool. Tie between Web Page Test and Chrome DevTools.
I use those every day.
Chrome DevTools, a.k.a. How do I learn JavaScript, basically. Favorite ops diagnostic tool. I was surprised a lot of people didn't want to vote for Shutdown as much. Unsurprisingly, TCP dump scaled above everyone else.
I love the UI of that tool.
I know, me too.
Yes.
Favorite real user monitoring tool. Well, this slide is redundant. SOSTA Impulse.
Ooh.
And I'm a fan as well.
That space is really, there's a lot of solutions there. I'm glad to see
Best
that.
web performance operations optimization practice, Freudian slip. Load scripts asynchronously. Get you alone. Favorite public outage postmortem. There weren't a lot of write-ins because we put 5 of them, and it was a full-on tie.
Yeah.
Both
like
in
the GitHub one.
2012. We'll publish these slides, so if you haven't read these, then, but this was way at the top. Cream of the crop as far as failure is concerned. Favorite Velocity co-chair. This is awkward. Steve Souders at 63%.
Oh, that's not fair. It
It's
should have
fine.
been you. It should have been you.
It's fine. Thanks. It was actually okay until I saw this. So I don't really know.
Anyone else but you guys, please.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Gina and Monique, you're taking over New York.
But note, I think there was a place to fill in, and nobody actually typed Jesse Robbins. So I don't know what that means either.
I don't know if you did any pimping on this. I was trailing all day. And, so I really started pimping this in the afternoon. I did the sob story in the track that I was in. So, I think it's closer than these numbers portray.
Okay, so moving past the appeal to emotion. The unsung hero in the ops and perf community. This was a total write-in.
Is he here? I think I saw him.
Phil
Yes,
Ellis.
Philip. Let's give it up for Philip. Oh, here he is, right here. He's the author of Boomerang, did Log Normal. Now he's at SOSTA with MPulse.
Yep.
Wow, that's two shout-outs.
And there was a decent number of votes for somebody named me.
And I actually, I think that's kind of funny, but I think that also is part of what we're about. Is feeling empowered to go out and do our jobs. You come here, you talk to other gurus, find out the right tools. Now I know I'm not an ops guy, but now I know to use TCP dump, and so you do. You leave here and you feel empowered. I know what to do when I get back to work.
So I'll send all the details. Did want to mention these 2 unconferences.
So I know WebPerf Days is Saturday. We weren't able to get a venue on Friday, so
Right.
I'm sorry for people that have to fly back. But it's going to be Saturday right at Google in Mountain View. Aaron Kulik, the San Francisco Silicon Valley WebPerf meetup organizer, is organizing it. And I'm pretty sure there are still reservations open, but go check it out and register.
And DevOps Days is in Mountain View. It starts tomorrow. All the details and directions are there. So all of you folks who would go to Perf Days, Web Perf Days on Saturday, you could go to DevOps Days tomorrow. So
Let's do one more shout out. There we go. So these are the folks that are on the program committee. We kind of divide it in half. There's 3 ops guys, 3 performance guys. Oh, can you go back? There we go. So I'll do the performance guys. Guy Poe, I just mentioned him before. Was at Blaze, now at Akamai. Patrick Meenan, Mr. Web Page Test, he's here as well. Stoyan is actually in Europe. He's taken like 6 weeks off. That Facebook company must be awesome. To give people 6 weeks. Yeah,
off.
he's off in Europe for 6 weeks. So you want to do the ops guys?
yes, of course, Michael Nygaard, and he's here. He's got a goatee. It's a pretty epic goatee and incredibly excellent to listen to. He's the guy I want to be when I grow up. Alex Lyons is also here. Alex works currently at Bloomberg. He was at BetaWorks for like 50 years. And Mark Imbriaco, not able to join us. He's out on the East Coast, and he works at GitHub. These guys are really what make the topics and the speakers come together for both Steve and I. Actually, these guys deserve some applause. If you see any of these guys, my strong suggestion, is to hug them awkwardly if you see them in the hallway.
I'm not a smooth hugger, so that goes without explanation for me. And we're still not getting enough feedback. I want to, push people to go and fill out those feedback, that rating 1 to 5. But this is also another way. Come up to John and I or any of these folks and give them feedback about the conference, positive or negative, if you have suggestions other than Wi-Fi. I think the Wi-Fi got better yesterday, but also any other suggestions about content and program. Would love to hear that. Okay, I think we should do housekeeping and get going.
Let's do it. Okay. Who went to the party last night? I did not go, unfortunately.
You're not supposed to say that.
But I saw it's okay. But I saw the aftermath of the Music Meets Tech party. So thank you for dying for that. And hello to all of you on the internet who are watching us via live stream.
I did go to the party, and that it was the Tumbleweed Wanderers, and it was awesome. It's what I like, kind of a mix of rock with a little country in it. We'd like to thank our platinum sponsors, Akamai, CompuWare, New Relic, and Riverbed for supporting Velocity.
Remember to visit the exhibit hall. More vendors there than I think ever. It closes after the afternoon break today, and there's guaranteed coffee and refreshments there during the breaks. That is the place where you should go. Google sponsoring this afternoon break in the exhibit hall as well.
And people have been asking me about slides from the speakers. So as the speakers turn their slides in, those are getting posted up on the website under program. There's a link that says speaker slides and videos, I think. And also on the front page, you can find links to videos and photos.
Yeah, you should go check out the photos. It's likely that you're in one of them and you don't know it yet. Other velocities. We're growing. The slides yesterday said 4 on 3 different continents in this year. Getting to other parts around the world is important. Velocity China, led by the dashingly handsome Theo Schlossnagel, will take place August 20th to the 21st in Beijing, China. Velocity New York, I will be there. Steve will be there. October 14th through the 16th, 2013. For you, those in the Bay Area, we have something in New York called Fall. You could check that out. Velocity Europe event in London is November 13th through the 15th. My guess is that it will be cloudy.
And we're going to be back here a year from now, plus a week or so, June 24 to 26 at Santa Clara Convention Center. So we'd like to hear any feedback, like I said, from you guys, suggestions for next year, and hope to see everyone back here then.
This is the list I don't want to screw up. It takes a lot of people to do this. This is kind of a big deal. So we do want to say thanks to the program committee, conference speakers, all of them, the sponsors and exhibitors, the O'Reilly conference team, the AV networking and decorator teams, our conference photographer, and the staff at Hyatt and Santa Clara Convention Center. And all of this and all of them don't come together unless you are here. So thanks to all of you. I think that's it.
And I want to do my tradition of always having a shout out to Gina, who really helped. She's helped us do this from the very get-go. Couldn't do it without you, Gina, and the team.
Yes.
And we have something new this year. Natalia wasn't on the list, but a shout out to Natalia, who's doing the live sketching. I was sitting over there, and I assumed she was doing a sketch for the whole morning. She's doing it for every speaker. And I look over, like within a minute, she's got the portrait done and other notes. If you haven't seen those, watch the Twitter stream.
Those are some pro
cool
stylist skills.
We're like 5 minutes behind. Let's get started.